On Monday, March 13th, we had our first town hall forum in Glens Falls. We had about 55 people there, and I am proud, humbled, and encouraged by the support for the campaign, by the great questions, by the very informative discussion, and I want to thank everyone that came out and made the event such a success. The first question on Monday night is one that's very personal to me. It's personal because I'm a scientist trained in genetic engineering, and it's also personal to all of us in the 21st Congressional District because it's co-sponsored by our Congresswoman. I'm referring to H.R. 1313, titled the Preserving Employee Wellness Programs Act. The reason it's getting pushed back by a lot of scientists and members of the genetic community is because of the way it chooses to apply the standard of the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act, or GINA. And when I say apply, I mean to bypass it. There's currently two standards in law in regards to the collection of genetic information as part of employee wellness programs. One in the public health law, and then the one made explicitly clear and a very strong standard in GINA. GINA requires that the genetic services be offered as part of the health plan. It requires prior, knowing, voluntary, written authorization by the employee before the collection of that information. Only the employee and their family and the doctor can have access to individually identifiable genetic information, which means the employer can never have your name associated with your genetic code. So H.R. 1313 would bypass this strong standard requiring prior, knowing, voluntary, written authorization for a standard that doesn't have that explicit requirement. Genetic information is extremely personal, as with all healthcare information. It should be between you, your doctor, and those you choose to share it with. This is why there's a problem with employee-based health insurance. Because I don't want your employer to have access to that information. I don't want the government to have access to that information. It's personal, it's private, and it should stay that way. And we shouldn't be threatening employees with a 30 to 50% hike in their premiums, or in the case of a company that doesn't even offer health insurance, can threaten certain bonuses. This is just too much power in the hands of management. There's also an impact of employee health insurance on entrepreneurship. When we tie employment to your job, you are less likely to quit that job and start a competing company. Except that American enterprise is built on employees quitting their company and starting a better one. We should be creating incentives for people to do this, to keep market competition strong and make sure that large businesses are never free from competition from small enterprises with hungry entrepreneurs. There's very little evidence out there to show that employee wellness programs achieve the goal of reducing the cost of healthcare. I offer a different proposal for reducing healthcare costs. Let's look at every other major country in the industrialized world that provides health insurance to all of its citizens at less than half the cost of what the United States spends. Let's take the best ideas in the world, put them together, stamp the red, white, and blue flag on it, and create the best health insurance system ever seen on planet Earth. That's what the American people deserve. If elected, not only will I oppose legislation like H.R. 1313 that weakens the protections for patient privacy, I will propose legislation that strengthens them. Thanks for watching. As always, financial contributions are appreciated, but a like and a share go a long way to strengthening our grassroots movement. Thank you.